When it comes to backsliding, me, I call that living.
And when I went in that day, I'll be honest with you, my whole life changed that day. It was like a new beginning. Because what she told me was, hey,
This is the end. This is the one that, athlete or not, in shape or not, your faith or not, this we say, this could be it.
that's it. So a lot of people don't survive that. First thing I thought was just negative.
My mother had been shot. And that's my mother didn't see 2020 coming. She was excited about turning 80.
Right. It's your boy, HTB Jr. Today on Wipe Your Eyes, Change Your Grip, I've got a very special segment that I want to deal with. What is your measure of faith? When your faith is tested, how big is your measure? Come on today, let's go. In life, we are tested on every side. Our health, our jobs, our families, our money, it doesn't matter. So many things go on every day. But now, this is what I've heard. This is what I've learned. This is what I live. That I've been given a measure of faith. And when that faith is tested, what is my measure? What would it take to overcome? I have a very special guest here today. He's going to come in and he's going to talk about when his faith was tested and how big his measure or how small his measure was. I want to welcome to the show today, Mr. Rodney Morrison. What's going on? Oh yeah. Sit on down. We're so glad to have you on here today. To have you here. What was your trip fine coming down the road from Atlanta?
It was a great ride. Me and my wife enjoyed our little time together riding down here.
Okay, you brought your wife with you.
Yes,
your
sir,
wife with you. Okay, now we can look out in the audience where she gonna lift her hand. Look, everybody say hello. Hello. All right. That's good. Lovely wife, lovely life. But now, tell us just a little about yourself. Where do you work?
Well, right now I'm working in the hospital as a CSA, so Certified Surgeon Assistant. And what I do is I have contract with different hospitals, which I help assist in different surgeries.
Okay. What does a first assistant do? We ain't got to stay on that, but somebody might want to know.
Okay. So what I do is get contract with different surgeons, and what they do is to help assist in surgery and close up for them. So what I do is got contract at three different hospitals. Got scheduled days I help them in surgery and assist in surgery and close up for them.
Okay, so now you had started a business on that.
Yes.
Right. Now, I'm going to go ahead on and do a shameless plug. Mm-hmm. We touched and agreed on you starting your business up, and you was like, hey, man, I don't know, man. But I believe we can do it. And, me and this man, we got some serious history, but we touched and agreed on him starting a business. The only reason I said that, the power of agreement is real. For anybody, we're not trying to get off the subject, but for anybody that's watching this, the power of agreement is real. Start that business, but find somebody who doesn't mind seeing you shine. Back to what we're on, man. So now, how long have you been doing that?
Right now, I've been going on 14 years.
14 years. Now, that says a lot right there, man, to hold down a job 14 years.
Yeah, it does says a lot, but it ain't been easy, though, believe me.
It's not been easy? Okay.
I had to build that, believe me.
Okay. So today, I brought you on because I really wanted to deal with certain topics. In these days and times, the biggest thing is, because you know me, we know each other. The biggest thing is people lose faith in God because of loss of life and sicknesses. That's like one of the major things that people of faith lose their faith in. I want to talk today, if you could, I know it's a touchy subject, just about when your faith was tested. I know that you stay in shape. I know that you exercise. I know that you do all those things. But I want to talk today about when your faith was tested from start to right now. You got the floor.
Okay. So what happened was I had a little hip pain, and I was playing sports, softball, and I kept having this pain, man. And I ended up having one of the doctors at work give me a cortisone shot, and for one reason that day it felt okay. Then the next day he was like, "Well, I tell you what, we need to get an X-ray."
Because you're an athlete. So
Yeah.
you just
So
thinking that it's just some regular old pain.
yeah,
Right,
I
right.
I thought I had a deep thigh bruise,
Okay.
which comes out. I ended up getting an X-ray, and the doctor told me, she said, "It looks kind of strange, so we're just gonna get you a CT scan."
Okay.
So I got a CT scan. Maybe 2 days. She asked me, could I come back by the office and see her? So I told her I have to work that day. She's like, "Well, just stop by and see me." And when I went in that day, I'll be honest with you, my whole life changed that day. It was like a new beginning. Because what she told me was, "Hey, we found a mass on your hip, and it might be cancer." I'm like, and the only thing I heard was cancer, man. Like you didn't hear nothing else she was saying besides cancer. And from there, man, everything just fell in. Be honest, everything fell into place. And what I need to do for just getting this taken care of.
Okay. Now, see, that's the thing. Even when people say that word, I know people that they won't even say the word anymore because of what they've gone through their families, of what they've dealt with themselves. They don't even want to say the word out of their mouth. Some of them are still battling. But I know that your faith was tested. Now, have you always been a man of faith?
Well, I feel like I was already a man of faith, but I feel like I wasn't the level I need to be at. Like I say, it's a level I feel like for to get to know God is a different level. And I feel like I was at that starting level where I was just kind of, I had my faith, and sometime I would backslide and win. But I did have that faith then, but it grew stronger, totally different.
No, I'm gonna mess with you a little bit because I want somebody, because I don't know, and I'm telling who's really watching this. When it comes to backsliding, I call that living. We're living in life. Our lives are tested, right? We're tested, and when we're tested, that it is our faith, that measure being tested, and without faith, it's impossible. So then the backsliding, if he said all things work together for our good, right? That they're working for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. That when things challenge us, things challenge our life, it's not there to prove us wrong. It's there to stretch our faith. That's what it is. It's there to stretch our faith. And I said that to encourage somebody out there that feels as if that because of what you've done, you're not deserving to be healed or delivered, or that you can't be set free because of so you may feel like, man, I done missed the mark. Now, you didn't miss the mark. You're growing. You're getting stronger. You're getting better. And listen, your faith is being tested, and I'm telling you right now, what's challenging you is going to cause it to be stronger. So, Rodney, we kind of we dibble dabbled a little bit, but we really want to go in right now. Kind of, let's start where when you heard that word cancer, and you know, and you're in the medical field, and you're an athlete, and you're a young man. So when you hear that word, what's the first thing that you say?
First thing I would say, it's hard to speak on it when people say cancer. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one of the things that you probably grew up knowing back in the day about cancer. So your mind automatically gonna rotate to, okay, I'm going by what my past. I know what people went through. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when they say cancer, you thinking, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this. Because most people you know back from when you was growing up, when they had cancer, the cure wasn't nothing like it was now. It was hard to believe people were gonna make it through. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I thought was just negative. Everything was negative. It's like, I don't think I understand, okay, cancer. And what I had was probably one of the worst cancer things you can have is bone cancer. So a lot of people don't survive that.
So now you already knowing, being in the medical field, what they labeled it as. This is the end. This is the one that, you know, athlete or not, in shape or not, your faith or not, you know, this we say, you know, this could be it.
That's it.
And memory says one thing, right?
Yes.
But what did you say?
You know what? I thought about it, and my first thing was, it all reflects back to my family. We're a praying family. We believe in God.
Okay, all right now. A praying family.
We're a praying family. We believe in God.
We're
going to get through this.
Right. Now, that is powerful right there, because that showed me that a principle of 2 or 3 or more gathering together, that God's in the midst, and then whatever we ask for, he can do it. But even with that principle, because we know people in family that have prayed, that's what people are going to say. Well, my family prayed, but how did it test your faith? And did you see a measure expand? Like from where your faith was then, you said, I've always had faith.
Yeah.
Right now, if we had a faith from 1 to 10, and your faith being on a 2 when this happened, where is your faith now?
Oh, it's a 10 now. Be honest, it's a 10. Definitely a 10.
Okay, okay.
I promise you that.
On all levels?
All levels.
All right.
Believe me, it's definitely a 10 on all levels.
What did it take to get there? Is it anything that you do? Did you pray more? Did you read more? Did you fast? What did you do that you think that could help someone else that says, well, I have faith, but what did you actually do? Is it an order to operation that you think that you could plug into any situation with the level of faith that you have now that will cause an individual to be able to overcome?
I feel like this too. As far as living, if you want to live, and my thing was, I knew I had a cancer thing going on. It wasn't the point just beating the cancer. I wanted to live.
Let's stop right there. That's powerful. So you didn't ask God to beat cancer. You said, I want to live.
I want to live.
Now listen, we can celebrate that right there. Anybody, if you're watching this, that's a celebration, because I believe that that's a key. I need to be specific that I don't want to beat this, because according to faith, it's already beat. It's already done. By his stripes, we're healed. So why would I talk about something that's healed? Something is challenging my life, and I want to live according to my faith that I'm already healed. What do you think about that?
What I think about that, it all boils, be honest, my whole thing, that mentality of you thinking the way I end up thinking, I always think it goes back to your family, whole background as far as being in the church, growing up. You know what I'm saying? They can take you to church and, you know, you might didn't want to go, but you went. But also in the long run, it did play a role in your life, because you went back to what you knew when you was growing up.
What about a person that didn't ever go? That person that didn't ever go, because God gave everybody a measure. So that person's faith is tested. What did you tell that person? Now, I just heard you say something. You said, it was the way I thought. You said my thinking. So how did you start thinking? How did you start thinking, and how do you think now?
My way I started thinking was, I figured I done tried everything, and as far as someone looking out for you in life, and I knew that God was the person that if you want to turn your life around and live better,
right?
Okay, this is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna test my faith with him. They say can do these things that no one else can do. So I started getting more into reading, try to understand it. I tried to get more educated on reading the Bible. That's what my problem was. I could read a lot of stuff, but I wanted to get educated on what I would read, and so I could understand what I was reading.
So you saying that being a child coming up, you were motivated.
Yeah.
But until you got educated, that's when your thought pattern changed.
Oh, it changed a lot.
So listen, order of operation. Motivation without education is a guaranteed loss. The way that I have a chance to win is actually if I educate myself in the word of God. That I actually say, you know what? If he's real, I'm going to put my faith to the test in his word. That's what this man of God did. And that's exactly who he is. And I believe that's who all of us are, that we were destined to overcome no matter how our faith is tested. We want to celebrate today the Morrisons for them coming down from the ATL to have a good time here on Wipe Your Eyes, Change Your Grip. Listen, I'm your boy ATB Jr. We're out until next time. I love you. Keep your faith going and growing. Stay tuned.